Remax Elite, and this is Sushi, and he's super excited because the numbers are out for March and for the first quarter, and today we're going to summarize everything and send you away with a little bit of market IQ, give you some market intelligence so you can talk about the market. So how is the market doing? Is it up? Is it down? Is it softening? What is going on? Well, we're going to tell you all of that today, starting with sales. So how many sales were there in March? 992. So that is a big increase from February to March, but a decrease from March of 2017. So from 2018 to 2017, we're actually down 12% in sales. Inventory is the total number of active listings on the market today. So as of March, we had roughly 5,800 active listings. In March of 2017, we had about 5,000 listings. So if we combine sales being down about 12% and inventory being up about 16%, that's creating a bit of an imbalance. So that correlates to months of inventory. Months of inventory is what determines whether we are in a buyer's market or a seller's market. So about 4 to 5 months of inventory is a balanced market. Less than 4 months of inventory is a seller's market. Over 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. So we are at about 6 months of inventory right now versus March of 2017 where we had about 4.5 months of inventory. So that was a balance trending toward a seller's market. We are now in a fairly strong buyer's market. Even last year, we had a major increase in inventory. At 5,800 homes now on the market, we are even higher in inventory. So heavy buyer's market. So we have a decrease in the number of sales, an increase in the inventory, which is total homes for sale on the market, and an increase in the month supply of inventory. So what does that mean? This is where our market intelligence is going to come in, and you're going to learn some market IQ. So imagine I have a pie, and we give you this delicious pie, and this pie represents the total number of sales in March of last year, which is 1,132. Big pie. This year I give you a new pie, but it's smaller, 12% smaller. It is 992 pieces of pie. So you're competing for a smaller pie, but you still want to eat some. So as a seller, you want a larger piece of a smaller pie, and that is where strategic marketing comes in and is more important than ever. While the market and the size of the pie is important, it's also more important not to let that dictate how you're going to react to it, because you want to set yourself up for success in any market and be able to eat as much pie as you want whenever you want. So as a seller, you are competing to get a piece of pie out of a smaller pie. So it is more competitive, you have to work extra hard, and you have to be extra hungry. So the best way to take advantage of a smaller pie is where strategic marketing comes into play. And that is how you are going to outperform the market and get a larger piece of a smaller pie. So my goal as your real estate agent is to help you rise to the top, get the most delicious, best piece of pie. So as your agent, I want to make sure that we don't just passively allow the market to dictate your success. We want to be proactive and find the best strategies so that you can get a larger piece of a smaller pie and be awesomely successful in your house selling, which means we are changing the way we list your home. So what is going on in the market overall for 2018? Well, if we look at January, February, March, sales have gone up. So January, 673, February, 778, March, 992. So that's a nice increase, and that is the way it should be because the spring market increases the number of sales. It also increases the inventory, which is the number of sales that are coming on the market. But the good thing is that it is not increasing as much as the sales are increasing. So sales are increasing more than the inventory, which is pushing the months of inventory down. So this is all good news. The question is why? Why is this happening? And why did March not perform as well as March of 2017? Well, there are 3 reasons. Number 1, interest rates. Interest rates have started to bump up. We are now over 3%, whereas last year we were under 3%. Number 2, the stress test. We've all heard about the stress test, hopefully by now. And essentially that means that regardless of how much down payment you've saved, you are now qualifying at a higher interest rate. So your purchasing power has shrunk. That change came into effect of January 2018. So all of the buildup, the government announces the change months ahead of time, which causes a little bit of a frenzy and people start to buy before the rule comes into effect. So a lot of people that maybe would have bought in January, February, bought before Christmas to save themselves having to qualify under the stress test. Number 3 is Mother Nature. Mother Nature seems to have forgotten that spring is on its way. There is still snow everywhere at the lake. We have had now 167 days of consecutive below 0 weather, which is a new record, not one we want to set ever again. And nobody really is excited about going out house hunting when it's cold and snowy and a little bit depressing. So we need some sun and some sun on your face to make people kind of get into that buying mood, which is fair. So what we're predicting is that April should be a bit of a better month, providing that Mother Nature remembers to bring some spring weather. So April numbers should be up over March. Whether they'll be up as much as much of April as last year, we don't know yet, but I am predicting a stronger second quarter than we have had first quarter, which is good news. Our first quarter of 2018 overall has been slower. The detached inventory is performing significantly better than condo inventory, but we're still slow overall. So we think that once the weather kind of starts cooperating and realizes that it's spring, we should see a stronger April. So our numbers in April, I predict, will be higher than our numbers for March. Whether they will outperform April of last year, we don't know that yet, but we have had not as good of a first quarter, but predicting a stronger second quarter. So that is good news. The detached inventory is outperforming condo inventory. That's been consistent for the past year plus. So condo market will take a little bit longer to recover, but the detached inventory should perform much better in the second quarter. Detached inventory means house with an attached garage or a detached garage versus a townhouse or condo. Also, the psychological effect of a rule change like the stress test will start